Well, hello and welcome to Division 1 Baku. Your usual commentator Apollo is away today, so you are lucky enough or unfortunate enough to have to deal with me for the evening. But we should have a decent enough show on for you for this evening. Let's just remind ourselves of how many people are meant to be racing today. There should be 15 racing tonight, maybe 16. But yeah, 15 or 16 to be racing tonight. Everyone loves to join late, getting every ounce of practice that they can get. Stresses me out, but what can you do? Get in here. That's all I can see for now. Evening, dude. Evening. Unfortunately, we don't have Apollo with us today. So I'll be the next best thing for this evening. As we await. Nah. Apollo is just... His commentary runs off the tongue a lot better. I'm always having to think about what I'm saying, and then, you know... He's got more practice than I do. So it's much better. He brings like some next level energy to the commentary. I'll do my best, but his commentary is just top tier. Top tier. I actually haven't, you know. I haven't. You'll have to clip like a moment of your commentary and I'll listen out for it or watch it. See if this guy is on here now. Thomas is there. Get Thomas in. Let's have a look at constructor stand-ins. Right, let's get the commentary posted in the Discord. You're starting from the back today, Dom. Oi, oi. You think? I don't know, mate. It could be a backfire. That's for sure. Spoonie, welcome in, lad. Welcome to the stream. Take it easy and keep it out the wall. But you know what? The only issue with starting at the back is if there's carnage ahead of you, you'll lose so much time to the guys ahead. Especially if there's no safety car. Right, who are we waiting on? I still think right, we're waiting on Thomas still. Get him another invite. Flex is here. Thomas is now joined. Ben Lane's here. Big Warehouse is meant to be racing, but he's not around. Oh yeah, he is. There he is. He's online now. Right, let's get the co-commentator in here as well. There'll be like 2 finishers, you think? Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Is hammer time in? No, he's not. There he is. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome in, lad. Welcome in.
Welcome, welcome.
Rouge Nico joins us in the commentary box for this evening.
Go for last. I'm gonna go for a fag, and then I've got food coming at some point, so I'll probably just
Yeah, not a
dip
problem,
out
mate.
whilst I get there.
Not a problem. Who are we missing? I feel like there's somebody missing. Johnny R. Is he online?
Always Johnny.
Shit. It doesn't look like anyone else. Who's joining? Dom's here, Fizz is here, Kusk is here, Maz is here, George is here, LFC, yes. Snake, oh right, that's why. Snake shouldn't be on the list as he is serving a race ban. Following from last week's round. I think we are good to go. Let's wait for it. Right. And away we go. We have the green flag for this session. Now, I'm predicting formation lap is on. Yes, formation lap is fixed. We've had no issues in the last week or so. But yeah, Formation lap is on. It's been tried and tested now for the last two round, well, last round and this round as well. So seems okay. Dom has left the session. He can get a swift invite back in. Always pays to have me added on EA just to make sure. The session timer is bugged out by the looks of it. Oh, okay, the timer's reset. Oh, okay, there we go. Here we are. Okay. So, let's get our lap data on and track map. Who will be first out of the garage? Who's going to be the first to bin it into the castle section? We have movement and it's hammer time. So we'll stick on board with hammer time as he gets around. Welcome in, Zoom. Right. We need to add this new driver as well. Add. SR 97. In-game name that as well. Add. And he will have driver reserve role. There we go. Welcome back, Nick.
Welcome back, Nick. Welcome back yourself.
Live seems remembering I forgot to get. Oh. Your mic's not going to echo, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. A little bit.
Oh, hang on.
And here we go for hammer time's first lap. Takes home one quite well. Very neat and tidy. Touch it. Ooh, backs out of it in turn 2. Felt the lock was going to be coming in and uses the run-off road to pull out. Can be so unforgiving. The prediction, I think, is gonna be it's a tough one actually. I think I'm gonna go out there and say, you know what, no, I'll save my prediction until after I see qualifying. Because it could go either way.
Cheating, Jack.
No, it could go either way at the moment. I'd have a better idea. But I do think both Mercedes will be on the podium.
We move on.
I think Thomas will have the top spot. And I think George may split the two Mercedes and finish P2.
Probably going to go with George for the win.
You think?
Yeah.
Ooh, we've got a yellow
Ben
flag.
is out.
Ben Lane
Ben
has lost all wheels going around that final right-hander before the main straight. Gunter is not going to be happy.
You have Matthew Cassar next to be over the line.
just switched here. Mad Mark setting a 143.9. Respectable banker lap. What you would expect. A faster pace. And Matthew sets a 141.4. Decent time. How would you like to run through a hot lap with somebody in a minute? After is somebody setting a hot lap in a minute? Is Dom setting a hot lap?
It'll be the other Ferrari, flexing.
Flexi.
Oh no, he's coming in on his hot lap.
Yeah, he's coming in now.
With the Alfa Romeo.
Figueres, the rest of his lap. I don't think anyone has just literally started a lap up there. Oh no, Maz is on his out lap in sector 2.
Oh, follow Maz. Kuski and George setting the times. The
Decent.
times to beat.
A 10th split in the two Alpines. And George is missing a wing. Or is that just me?
He is indeed missing a wing.
Alright, Maz is coming up to the penultimate corner if you want to take it away, lad.
Yeah. Into the DRS, Maz is starting his hot lap. Carrying some high speed into turn 1. Takes it nice and neat through turn 2. Picks up a nice bit of slipstream from his teammate there. Tidy through there. And again. Coming up to the castle section, always tricky. Dealt with like a pro, nice and neat. All the way through. Just avoids crossing the line to invalidate his lap. Into turn 14. Clips the wall. Ah, that is not what he needed. Wonder if that is damage to the front wing. He continues, he hasn't bailed out. Takes it flat through there. And onto the home straight. Using the last bit of battery, sets a 140.8 and he even touched the wall. How much quicker could that lap have been?
I think he may have missed out on maybe a 10th and a half maybe with that little clip of the wall. But on board we go with Thomas, his teammate now, going into turn 1. Kisses the apex nicely on the entry and the exit. Following up to turn 2. Nicely done on the power on the exit. DRS open. No wheel spin there. So easy to get wheel spin with the low downforce. The end of the straight. Nice braking. Might have a little bit of traffic up ahead. Will that car pull out the way? It's one of the Ferraris. Is that Intransic or Flexi? Moving to one side. Nicely done. Approaching the castle section now. So easy to mess up and clip the wall on the inside. Narrowly misses it though. Putting everything on the line. getting as close to track limits as possible on the exit. Green flag's up ahead. He's got a bit of traffic up ahead now. The AlphaTauri's teammate in the Mercedes as well. But I think the Mercedes working together here is going to be helping out with a nice little slipstream. And look at the difference that slipstream makes. And even the AlphaTauri is going to give him the final bit of slipstream up this main straight. It's going to be looking like a 1:40.4. What a lap.
Wow.
That slipstream is mega.
The slipstream really coming into play.
Absolutely. Is that Flexi about to cross the line to start his hot lap?
Yeah. Gets the apex. Hits on the power early. Into turn 2.
Both Alpines out on their out lap as well.
DRS is open. Hugging the outside wall there to get the best entry in. And does that nicely. Same again, out wide and in he goes.
Supposedly rain in 5 minutes.
Absolutely flawless through there. Coming up to the castle section. Always tricky. Oh, a little wobble there coming out. Into the castle section he goes. That had to be
It's so close.
That
I'd say centimeters, mate. You know.
Yeah. Just getting to the imprint on the side of his car for extra advertisement.
Quickly just going to switch over to Matthew, who's coming down the final straight.
Avoids the wall into turn 14.
Who's looking to set a strong time. Goes 4 times faster and slots in P3.
Hammer time is retired.
Looks to be in the pit.
Flat out through the S's and onto the main straight he goes. This is looking like it could be a strong contender.
Just about has enough ERS to get him across the line though. 141.1.
An entire second faster than his previous.
Splits the two Alpines for now, but we've got George 8 tenths up at the moment, setting a purple sector 2. He'll be the first one out of the two Alpines to cross the line. Looking to set a very strong lap here. 140.3.
Ah,
1.5 tenths ahead of the Mercedes. Great lap. And Kuski coming in P2. The two Alpines knocking the Mercedes off the top spots. And it's an Alpine front row at the moment.
we have the Red Bull of Fizbungle just starting a lap. A little bit wide on entry there.
We've got Dom, who's retired.
A little bit wide into turn 2. It's going to cost him a little bit of time. Early on the brakes and into turn 3. A little bit of a wobble.
Just check and see what that yellow flag was for, but it's LFC out of fuel.
Gets right on the edge of the track limits there to take that sector through 2. And into his castle section, takes a lot of curb. That will have slowed him down.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
everybody
close.
is cutting it close to that wall.
It's one of them though, you've got to leave nothing out there in the castle section to get every last bit of time out of it.
Everybody is doing it. I think I'm probably more nervous than they are. Going into turn 14.
Squeaky bum time, mate.
Yeah, takes that really nice. Avoids the wall.
Supposedly purple sector 2.
Oh, I'm not too sure. I think that might be lying.
Johnny has finally
Flat
joined
out
us
through
tonight.
there. What's the top speed going to be like on the Red Bull? The RS is open. 141 and almost flat, but it's an improvement on his
Almost.
last lap and puts him up to P5 behind the Alpines and Mercedes. Oh, clips the wall just for good measure.
The other Mercedes is heading out now. Thomas is coming out the pits. Movement from LFC as well out of the pits. Hello.
Hello, Johnny.
I was just about to message you about...
I thought it was 8 o'clock.
No.
Shit.
Uh-oh.
Can I probably can't join then, can I? Even if I start back at the grid? I just don't put a lap in.
You can put a... Like, you can get in, but you won't be in the Alpha Tower. That's the only issue because... Yeah, I didn't think you was going to turn up. So Mad Mark currently has the Alpha Tower at the moment.
Oh, does it? Oh, I won't race. I was only racing because I didn't think Mad Mark was. He put a message in the chat the other day saying you ain't going to race anymore for a little while.
That's fine.
So, oh yeah, sorry. I literally came back from golf a second ago thinking it was 8 o'clock.
No.
Oh, good chat.
All right, mate.
No problem at all. I'm going to go and watch the Forest game.
All right, lads.
Ciao,
See
ciao,
you
ciao.
soon.
Ciao, ciao. How much time has left? Oh, right. My brake is dead. Don't think I'll be racing.
Well,
Ah,
that's a sensible option.
let me message him or invite him back in real quick because I'd rather him retire in the pits in the race than have an AI going around.
Yeah. Oh, Thomas has received a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking.
On who?
What's
The
that?
Ferrari. They're on outlaps though.
I wonder if there'll be an appeal there for that.
For sure.
Everybody
I'll get back
out on
into
track for what I would
Mate,
imagine
appreciate
is their
that, Hammer
final
Time.
runs.
I'll get you an invite in quickly.
Flexi starting what I would imagine is his last lap, as I would imagine everybody's is. Looking to squeeze every inch out of that Ferrari.
Did George retire on track? Or is he in the pits? Oh, right, he must have retired in the pits. Thinks he's done enough. Echoing again, mate.
Oh, sorry. A little late on the power coming out there, Flexi. To the castle section we go.
Ooh. The McLaren's
Tidy.
lost his front wing, and Figure's got a 5-place grid penalty for a collision there with him.
I wonder if he's just being caught up, or if that was he was.
It was in the middle of the castle section there. I don't know if Matthew got caught out and didn't expect some traffic behind him. Someone behind him.
Flexi backs out of his lap. I wonder if he's going to wait for Intrinsic to give him a turn. Mad Mark is out of the session.
Ooh.
Thomas is retired as well. As suspected, the Ferrari of Flexi has waited to give a nice slipstream to Intrinsic. Good teamwork. Another yellow flag, sector 2. Intrinsic with a 140.6, and that's enough to put him into 5th. Maz just crawling around the track. Kuski is backed out of his lap as well. Anybody else? LFC. turn 14. Takes it quite nice. Avoids the wall, the main thing. Something not quite right there. He's run out of fuel. That's a shame. And that concludes our session, I believe.
We will quickly get a
Audiflexi.
snapshot of this so we can do a lobby restart due to the illegal blocking penalty. He went into a wall in Castle and I gave him 60 times. Oof.
Flexi unable to improve on his time there, and that is it. Azerbaijan. Drama is never too far away.
Right, let's just double check that this all tallies up. George on pole, Kusky P2, Maz P3, Thomas P4, Intronsic P5, Fizzbungle P6, Matthew P7, Flexi P8, LFC P9, Fig P10, Dom P11, Madmark P12, Hammer Time with a brake issue, and Ben Lane final place. Cool. Alright, let's get a quick lobby restart on the go.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Where's my food? Ooh, don't want to restart it.
Right, that was Newcastle. Mark, cool. Fun world, play, multiplayer.
In other news, my bets are looking pretty solid for a change.
Baku. Qualifying is off. Long race. Starting grid is custom. Weather is dry, realistic, strict, immersive. Formation lap is on. Red flags are standard. Hard. Damage is standard as well. Maz. Intrinsic. Fig. Fizz. George. Thomas. Let's see. Cool. Right, everybody has got an invite. Stresses me out, man. People have got invites but just don't bother checking. Settings. Weekend. Grid. So we got Kusky P2, George P1, Maz P3, Thomas P4, Intrinsic P5, Fizz is in P6, Matthew P7, Flexi P8, LFC P9, Figueras P10, Dom P11, Madmark there. Confirm that for now. Who else are we missing? Right, okay, so Hammer Tom's not racing now. He's now in, so I can put him at the back. Okay. Grid is set. Right, let's let everybody know. D1. Reserve. Let's go. 3-minute break to sort setups and strategies. When we get to the grid, ready up until I say so. Oh. Oh fuck.
My food is here. Yum yum yum.
Hopefully these guys can start readying up now.
I've got everything downstairs today.
Good man. Good man.
Just me and Evilu. Cheeky Chinese. Have we got formation up back on?
Yes. Yes, sir. Oh shit. Alright, let's get the live session back up. Ah dear. It's unfortunate for Hammer Time having some break issues. Cannot race. Because it's just completely gone dead.
Baku claiming the first victim without even the race beginning. Let's hope that is not the
Who'd
start.
have thought? Baku claiming its first victim and it's not in the wall.
Let's just hope that that is not the start of an unwanted event. With more DNFs to follow. So whilst the drivers are selecting their tyres and their strategies after the qualifying jack,
Yes.
what is your now prediction?
Right. So prediction for this race. I would have to say it's so close up at the front as well. A 10th splits from P1 to, well, a 10th and a half splits from P1 to P4, so it could literally sway either way. But I'm going to stick by my original prediction and say Thomas P1, George P2, Maz P3.
That is an interesting choice.
How about yourself?
I think I will stick somewhat to what I said. I think George, after his solid performance and confidence in himself to retire before needing to do the final quali lap, says that he will probably finish on the top spot. I think he will be followed by Maz, and depending on the drama into turn one, it's anybody's game from Kuski to Thomas
There are not enough players to start the session.
to Flexi.
Are you still in the game?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
Everybody's leaving apparently.
F my life. Well done.
Well, that is just how it's got to be.
I imagine.
A second lobby restart.
You love to see it, don't you?
Really?
Uh,
Just it adds to the suspense.
yeah. That's it. That's one way to think of it. It really does be adding suspense, mate. You're not wrong. Custom grid. Clear. Realistic. Strict. Safety car is reduced. Immersive formation lap is off. No fuel mode is on. Okay. Standard. Cool. Settings are done. This is ridiculous. See. Mad Mark. Maz.
Do you want to send Johnny R an invite?
He's on a different game, buddy.
I know, but he might have just been Wem series earlier. There's a chance for him now to start at the back of the grid if he wanted to race.
I already said to that Harry Bartram in Div 1 reserve that he couldn't join in after the other restart because he weren't there.
Fair enough.
Like, if he had gone ahead anyway without us doing the manual restart, like, he wouldn't have qualified well, he wouldn't have made the race sort of thing.
Mm.
So just the server crashed. All right, rip. Apparently it happened in another league. Someone else's, like, everyone's disconnected. Anyone need? Alright, let's go back to the grid editor again. Georgian Pole. Krusky P2. Maz P3. Thomas P4. Intronsic P5. Fizz still isn't in the lobby. Is that Matthew Cassia? Flexi after Matthew. LFC. Big Whereas. Dom. Mad Mark. Fizz is now finally in. We now have the 13 people here. Let's go. Alright, hopefully we can get a race on the way. Right, hopefully the game doesn't decide to have a fart and break. Because, you know, that'd be awesome if it didn't. Right, we are in the lobby this time. Thank fuck. Everybody's still on the medium tyre. I wonder if anybody will change. Give it one more minute and we'll go. Yeah, it's been a bit of a faff, mate, I can't lie. The game farted a second ago. We did a manual restart due to grid penalties being dished out for no apparent reason. And then the second time the game decided to shit itself. Okay, let's go. The go-ahead has been given. Alright, here we go. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And a bit of a desync, and away we go. George gets away well. Going into turn 1. Has his teammate up the inside. Clips the wall a little bit there, George does. I don't know if he clipped his front wing there, but Thomas getting the inside line up ahead of his teammate.
Oh, the McLaren goes wide into the runoff.
That he does. George has left. We'll get him a quick invite back in. It's not ideal. George has now been back invited. Thomas having a little look at Kuski here, having a little look around the outside for a moment there. So was on behind him though. George is now joining back. As we go through the castle section, it's looking fairly clean for everybody. And we've managed to get through very well. Matthew has managed to catch back up as well. Fair play. And it looks like George has now took back control of his car and is in.
And McLaren's in the wall at turn 14.
Ooh.
And that is his
A full saved
over.
car. Full saved car. It is on reduced, I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check, but I'm pretty sure I did set it to reduced. It is. It is reduced. And Matthew's debut has not got off to a good start.
He's gone too deep into turn 14 over the curbs, and from that point it was just a passenger.
Yeah. Tried to go a bit too aggressive, hasn't he, to try and catch back up, but we've got an early pit stop though.
Wondering if the little bit of wind damage he took from the runoff
Any wing damage? Yeah.
played a part in the
maybe.
in the DNF.
LFC fits a new wing and goes on to the hards.
I believe he was caught up in the turn 2 incident with the McLaren. Taking an early look at some of the position changes, the biggest winner at the minute is Ben Lane, who is up 4 positions into P9.
Yep. Biggest loser at the moment, LFC.
Due to the pit stop.
Yeah. But may as well get that early pit stop out the way with.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to be in a prime position for later on in the race, deciding on what tyres he wants.
Oh yeah, definitely. But with the reduced safety car, I'm pretty sure it can only come out twice. the rest of virtuals. So use this one to get his early pit stop done. Will this safety car come in this lap? If LFC can get to the back, it might well come in the same lap it's come out on. I know that's a thing now, like it's been done before. But it's not looking like it will, and it's going to be out another lap.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's done well to catch up there. But around we go again.
Aye.
Drivers will be struggling to keep, but we'll be trying to keep temperature in the tyres.
It'll be interesting to see if everybody knows of the new technique for that now. So instead of weaving, it's brake and accelerate at the same time. And the heat being generated off... who's that into the pits? LFC, Ben Lane. Ben Lane has decided to pit after making it up to 9th. But yeah, generally braking and accelerating at the same time gets some heat into your tyres without forcing the need to weave.
Top 4 runners are all doing that, and it is the runners at the back that are weaving, typically.
Yeah.
As far as I see.
Maz being the main one that's doing it at the moment. Thomas as well. It's only minor braking. George is doing it every opportunity he can on the straights.
Flexi is intrinsic as well. And Flexi.
Fig was looking at doing it as well there. And Ben Lane has caught up to the back of the pack. Nicely done. And hopefully the safety car can come in this lap and we can continue and get a lap of racing in.
Both has drivers for early pit stops.
What tyre did he go to in the end?
Medium.
Ben Lane, medium. That's his second set, right?
I don't know what he started on.
Yeah, it's his second set of mediums. Interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting choice.
I think I'd have rather have gone for the hard, to be honest. Save the mediums for later on. But here we go. The message has come in, the safety car in this lap, and George is now controlling the pace, holding everybody up. As we get on board from Thomas's POV. Actually, no, we'll go on board with Maz. Not Maz, George. Is holding the brake and accelerate at the same time. Safety car is in, and he's gone.
Away we go. Is anybody caught out? Ferraris are a little slow to react.
Thomas putting the pressure on Kuski going into turn 1. Looking for a potential switchback there. Can't get the grip. Nice defensive line there from Kuski and holds him at bay. Into turn 2.
Dom has ended up to the back of the pack.
He'll be getting caught out on the straight, but Ben Lane has got given the position by his teammate, been let through.
Team orders down at Haas. Can he make the fresh tyre advantage work, even though they're only a lap younger, but it will still be an edge. Ben Lane has gone round and Mad Max got an issue. And Dom has lost his wing into the castle section, which has caused a virtual safety car. So that will be a pit stop for Dom. The Alpha Towers have had a bit of a nightmare start to this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it'll be unfortunate for him as well, because as soon as he gets to the pit, I think the virtual will probably end. Interesting to see though, George is running lower fuel. As he's got the warning light on his dash. And Dom is now about to enter the pits. And I would imagine the virtual will be ending any moment now.
Yep.
There we go, yep. As predicted. Ooh.
And we are racing.
George very close to going a little bit deep there at the end of that turn 3. But Maz dropping noticeably a little bit further back here from his teammate.
Fizz is giving him no room to breathe.
Oh no, no
Letting
chance.
him know he is there.
Well, maybe Maz was caught out by the VSC restart. That delta can be punishing. There are gaps starting to form at the back from P9 downwards, and then we've got the rest of the pack fairly close together.
Has created a little bit of space between himself and the Red Bull.
It's a game of ERS management as well around Baku, because it can be so difficult to generate.
Yeah, it's heavy acceleration, heavy on the braking.
As you can see now, we've got a few laps to get going. Fastest laps are being put in.
Yeah, left,
DRS
right, and
is enabled as
centre.
well. And Thomas pulling a massive gap from his teammate. But sticking with both Alpines here. Putting them under the pressure. Not giving them any space to breathe.
I wonder if Thomas and his pressure is enough to make George think twice about the fuel load.
Maybe. Maybe.
He won't be able to go 100% all the way through the race because he will run out of fuel.
Ooh, goes a little... Well, I think that was a bit of desync there. He looked like he was going deep and then he was back right again. And it looks as Maz has broken the DRS from Fizz.
He has indeed.
And will be under increasing pressure from both Ferraris, who are closing up behind him and may eat him alive on this DRS straight now.
They are creating a very small
The
DRS
slipstream
train.
is so mega. ERS is on and he's already going to get the move done before DRS. Wow.
And the Ferrari goes through. Can Flexi catch him as well? He's just too far back. Maybe he gets his opportunity into the second DRS straight.
After attacking, he's now going to have to defend though in transit.
Hayes has a look up the inside and thinks better of it. Good racing.
Tell you what though, Fig is doing really well to hold his own against some of these Div 1 guys. Up into P8 at the moment.
He is.
Staying close as well to Flexi. Ooh, who has a bit of a moment there and loses the rear end but manages to catch it. Great save
There's
from
a
Flexi.
little bit of damage to that car. Something was flying across the road.
And Fig goes through, narrowly misses the wall. Is there any damage to that Ferrari front
No.
wing? It doesn't look like it.
Something did go. Maybe it was superficial, I'm not too sure. It doesn't seem to be affecting Flexi too much. It was flat out through there, and I was probably looking to have the move done before DRS again.
Kuski makes the move on his teammate, and it might be a case of team orders here.
Flexi into turn 1 has that move finished, sealed and sent. A little bit of a wobble from Fig as he comes back. Just holds off into turn 2. Pulls up alongside, he's going to have the DRS, and the ERS is on, and he's taking the place back into P7.
Great move from Fig.
Keeps it nice and tidy, and that is position sealed.
Intronsic as well, pulling away from Fizz Bungle, but catching to the back end of the Mercedes of Maz, and is now
Who's
within
dropped?
DRS.
Maz is dropping another half a second.
Yeah, he's really struggling here. But this freeway fight at the front is just insane. Been so close all the way through it.
Into lap 9 we are about to come into. Gaps are forming everywhere apart from the front 3 and the battle between Flexi and Fig for P7. There's another change there.
George, yeah, takes the lead.
And is this Flexi coming into the pits? Flexi is into the pits.
Fizz Bungle in the pits as well. Fits a new wing.
Yes. We must have missed that one. It's not a new wing for Flexi.
New
He
set
must
of
have
mediums
escaped
though.
damage.
And this gives Dom a chance to finally see some cars again. Although they are both out of the pits, and I may have spoke a bit too soon on that one.
Flexi picking up a position there on the pits due to the wing change from Fizz.
Again, I'd love to see what Tyware is saying at this point.
Been interesting to see the usage of the batteries between the front 3.
It's really interesting actually, because George has done a real stellar job of preserving his. Kuski on the other hand is sort of matching the same as Thomas.
Is probably going to look for a sniff down the main straight into turn 1. DRS, ERS. Can he close the gap? Is it going to be enough? Not on this occasion. Only the 2 tenths gained there, which shows the straight line speed of the Mercedes is going to be tough to beat. Fig is in the pits. And rejoins back into 11th place with a fresh set of hards.
Apologies about that. I had to quickly mute my mic.
Maybe looking to catch some of the medium ones out that have stayed out.
Thomas dropped off a bit as well. Out of the DRS. Couldn't keep up with the pace of the two Alpines. And has had to drop off. Tell you what though, the two Alpines have done an amazing job so far. They've worked so well between each other, switching and swapping, whoever's got the speed on the main straight. Mazdo coming under increasing pressure from Intronsic, who's getting closer and closer down this main straight now in the
Closer than he
slipstream.
was.
Half a second away. Let's get on board and watch this as he closes the gap. Maz pits is the first one to blink out of the top 5 and
Is
going
this
for
going
that
to
more
be the
important
right decision?
undercut.
Can he make the tyres last to the end of the race? Because that's going to be what he's looking for.
Has he gone for the hard tyre there? I can't really see. It looks it. Yeah, it is. It's the hard tyre. Hard tyre is on.
That was a close kiss to the
And
wall there.
he
Out.
comes out ahead of LFC. Not too bad, to be fair to him. Dropping 2 places.
It could be quite important actually coming out in front of LC, but then again
Yeah.
the Haas have both already been in the pits.
Yeah, but
So-
these hards will be slowly dropping off now as well. Around him. I'm pretty sure it is hards around him. No. So LFC are on 9-lap-old hards and Ben Lane on 8-lap-old mediums. Both will be suffering in comparison. So I don't think he has to worry too much about the cars behind him.
Flex is on the mediums, who is pushing hard to LFC through the castle section.
Yeah, he's not giving him any space.
He is all over that gearbox.
Oh, he's
On
got a
the
much
pressure
better
option.
exit as well.
Fresher
The-
tyres.
Yeah, the grip is
Plastic tyres.
unreal.
Just needs to be patient here.
Ooh, sticks his nose down the inside, has a little look.
We've also got Fizz joining there, looking for any scraps, anything that comes out of this. I'm sure he'll say thank you very much.
But look at the grip difference, man. It's crazy. Intronsic, Thomas and Kuski all pit. Now,
Where
has
is Maz?
Maz done the right thing here? And will the undercut have paid
Ferrari's
off for him?
Ferrari's up the side, gets in front, and there goes the Red Bull looking to do both of them. Going into turn 1, it's not enough. He pulls in behind the Ferrari.
Maz has done enough to get ahead. Ooh, goes very deep into turn 2. Narrowly avoids the barriers. And has lost all that time to P3 and P2. And has now got Intronsic all over the back of him.
Fizz was unable to make the second part of the DRS count, so that will stay as they are for now.
Question is though, will the undercut for Kuski and Thomas play vital against George here? George has to respond. He can't stay out for too much longer. And oh,
Yellow flag.
yellow flag, and LFC is out, and we've got a full safety car here. And this may have just worked out perfectly for George in the Alpine.
Damage all over the track. There. That was before the castle.
Yeah, it was, yeah, just where Dom is going down now, approaching that corner. But the Delta working wonders for George here. Will not miss out on a place. Everyone having to keep to a Delta. And the free pit stop is on. Hard tyres
Is it
on.
going to be enough?
Yeah, it should be enough to clear these guys. Everyone's still on a
He's
delta.
on his way out now. You are right. He's exiting the pits and does get that free pit stop.
The undercut has been destroyed. Maz has pitted again, and so has Flexi.
This could be.
Oh, it's a fresh
crucial.
wing from Maz, fresh mediums. So he did get slight wing damage going into turn 2.
And then held up in the pits as well on exit. Is not what he needed. That was not what he needed. But at least it is under safety car, so the damage is minimal. But it's all about the mind games when you want to get back out on track and get going.
Yeah, definitely. At least this now works out in Dom's favour as well. He was so far back behind, but he's able to get a fresh set of tyres on and gets thrown back into this race.
This is the last opportunity if this is the second
7 a penalty?
full safety car.
Oh no, they're double stacked. And they were not ready.
So the biggest winner so far of today is Ben Lane, who is up 7
places
positions
now.
into P6, and Maz with the wind damage has dropped 5 places into P8 at the midway point of this race.
I don't think Dom will be in too much of a hurry to catch up to the back of the pack at the moment.
Well, right now there is no need.
No. The safety car's going to be out another lap anyway, so...
Guaranteed, yeah, so he may as well save his tyres.
To be honest, if he times it well, he could slow it down a little bit and then push at the start of next lap. And his tyres will be in a perfect operating temperature, to be honest. We're ready for the restart.
We are halfway and see. From the top to 4th, we are on hard tyres. In 5th, we have 5 lap old mediums, 2 sets of fresh hards, and then the back of the grid, everyone apart from Dom on mediums.
Do you think Fizz has missed out here?
I believe Fizz has missed out. He has gone for track position, it would seem, and will be praying that his tyres last him, but they aren't going to.
They won't get him to the end here, surely not. Another 13 laps on these tyres, I just don't see it happening.
Put him on 18 lap old mediums by the end, and there will be... the car may get him there, but there'll be no life left in it.
I think he'll be pushing to then go onto the soft tyres at the end. That's got to be the only option.
I'm wondering if he's banking on another safety car that will not be coming.
George has left.
George has left again.
I'll get an invite out.
He may be fortunate enough to get a virtual safety car and maybe take advantage of that. But I do believe he has missed a trick here. Everybody else is on 2 lap old at the maximum, and he's on the softer compound of the tyres that everybody is out. And
you know what?
He will suffer.
I think the safety car is going to be out another lap. Dom hasn't caught it in time.
You are right. Which will do Fizz somewhat.
If he wants a pit, he's got to do it now. This is his last opportunity to get effectively his last chance of sticking with the pack.
He'll be weighing up his options between position of 5 and back of the grid.
But he has opted to stay out. He's thinking about it. Oh,
I think that was his thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
He did think about it. He dipped off to the left a little for a moment.
That wasn't a weave. That was.
That was effort. Do I go for it? Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
He's decided against it, but he's looking at his 6 lap hold, but 3 of those laps a safety car. So.
But him revving out of these corners like this now is not doing his tyres any good though.
The one thing the safety car has done is recharged everybody's battery.
Yeah.
So we are going to see some racing.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see some turn 1 action, to be honest. Spice things up.
Not too much though.
Yeah, I think how George handled it last time was really good. I think Kuski was close to being caught out by Thomas. But yeah, he didn't leave it too well, he didn't go too early and he didn't leave it too late. Got the right balance.
I'm wondering if he changes up his tactics just to try and keep the rest of the grid guessing.
What's the driver's standing saying for Division 1 at the moment? So Maz is currently leading by 20 points as it stands to... No, 10 points, sorry. Maz is leading 10 points to George. And as it stands at the moment, George will take the lead of the driver's standings. If it stays as is.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
So what do you think? Are we going to see a new championship leader at the end of this race, or do you think Maz will do enough to keep his lead?
I think Maz is going to come through to at least 5th. Intrinsic may prove to be an annoyance.
Yeah, and
but
take nothing away from him. He's a great racer.
Definitely. He's shown some spirit so far this race, so I think Maz will catch Flexi and Ben Lane on the DRS, and I think Intrinsic.
And here we go. George has gone. Foot down.
Maz has already got Flexi.
It's a little bit deep there from Intrinsic and under pressure from Fizz Bungle. Ooh, Flexi having to go a little bit deep there, narrowly avoiding the Haas in front of him, which allows Maz to get through.
And now he can push on.
And Fizz Bungle up the inside of Intrinsic here. Intrinsic doing enough to stay ahead for now. Has the inside line going into the next corner and stays ahead. Great racing from the two drivers.
Ben Lane looking to get up alongside Fizz Bungle now. Has to back out.
Ben Lane having a little look up the inside.
Sure, someone just hit the wall.
Oh,
like it.
What's going on there? People were moving around there on the table for some reason. I don't understand why. But Kuski under pressure from Thomas here, who's having such a poor exit. And Thomas is getting up the inside there, getting squeezed. And Thomas pulls out of it for now. And follows in closely behind. But the pressure is on from the Alpine. The Mercedes driver wants to get the move done.
Maz is on the gearbox of Ben Lane already.
And so Thomas is having a look at Kuski going up side by side down the main straight. Overtake is burning. And coming up into turn 1. Up the inside of Kuski. Squeezing around the outside. Trying to leave no room. And the move is done on the exit of turn 2. Great spatial awareness from the Mercedes and the Alpine. And that is Thomas up to P2.
Mercedes on the charge. Maz got the move done on Ben Lane down the main straight, comfortable enough. And now he will set his eyes on the Red Bull. But can Fizz hold on?
I'm not quite sure.
He can.
He's looking a little bit shaky at the moment, I can't lie. That curb has just unsettled him there, and Maz is right on the back of him now. That error bringing in the Mercedes driver so much closer to him now. And the pressure is on. Sweat will be dripping down the back of his neck as Intrinsic slowly pulling away from him as well.
Husky is holding on to the back of Thomas. He is not allowing him to get away from him.
And we got a safety car. What was that for?
What has happened?
The
Ferrari with the Alfa Romeo of Big with no front wing. I can only imagine that was into turn 14. Claiming yet another wing. Fig.
Has anyone else
no
got
wing.
any damage?
Just him. I'm going to put my money on.
George just paid.
He can't be going for soft, surely. It has to be another semi. A lot of people are
Softs.
following him in.
It's paid for softs.
They're not gonna
Koski's
last.
paid as well. Have Alpine thrown this away?
That will be a double stack as well, I would imagine.
It was a double stack, and Fizz Bungle and Ben Lane have come out ahead of Kuski. That double stack
This is major.
has blundered them.
This has cost, as you say, this has cost them. The hard runners have stayed out. And Maz on the mediums stayed out as well.
I think, to be honest, the guys on the hards are in best shape, you know.
I would have thought so.
Because these softs
8
aren't going to
laps.
last, and they're going to be
No.
dropping off a cliff before the hards do. The mediums may be in a tough place towards the end, but they'll be in the same place as a soft. But it'll be crucial for the Alpines to make the moves earlier. They've got to get the moves done within the first 2 laps. But I do think it may have been the wrong call for both Alpines to go in. One had to stay out for an alternate strategy. If they can make it work, these softs, then great play. But I just don't see it happening. The best life of these softs are going to be wearing out on these opening couple of laps of the safety car. The question is though, are we going to see some late dives from a few soft runners trying to make up a few positions on the guys ahead of them?
Well,
Is this going to open up a few more incidents here?
I think this is going to create the drama.
Because generally, it's been a fairly clean race. I don't think there's been any incidents really worth noting. But I think softs against hards, it's going to cause a few dives, I think. And like you say, the drama is going to be unfolding.
Well, George has the fastest lap as it stands, and with the fresh softs, I believe he'll keep hold of that.
It just depends, though. It could come down to anyone towards the back, though. As the hard tire runners could be slowing him down for the fastest lap, but with the guys towards the back have a better opportunity and can brake later. We'll see though.
It depends how much space they want to give themselves.
But I can imagine from P1 down to P5 it's going to be parking the car in every corner through sector 1 and 2. slowing the guys down behind them.
They've got to enforce the tyre wear of the softs, make them work.
Yeah.
It's the only chance they're going to get. But those hard tyres will be coming into their prime in the next couple of laps.
I'd probably say that they're in their window now, their prime window. Mediums will be just phasing off theirs. But it's a Ferrari.
Safety car should be in this lap.
A Ferrari in the middle
Should.
of a Mercedes sandwich, and here we go.
And there's the confirmation. Time to get excited.
It's going to be a very dramatic last 7 laps, that's for sure.
Are we going to see some more carbon fibre into turn 1 as people get greedy on the fresh tyres? Or are we going to keep it clean?
Question is though, is Thomas going to leave it late or is he going to go early? I think that's...
He's got to leave it as late as possible. The straight is too long.
The tyre advantage from the softs will just work in their favour. And he's left it late, he's gone. Here we go. And as Maz is having a little look at Intrinsic, he's gaining. Has a little look up the inside, but tucks back in. And that's George up the inside of Dom. And we've got contact. George has spun round. Dom is out. And George has tumbled to the back of the grid.
With some minor wing damage, I would imagine.
Didn't...
Minor in the sense that he's left it in the wall.
Yeah, there's no front wing on the back of that on George's car. There's no front wing. That
and
front wing is left in the side barrier, and we've got another safety car.
Dom will not be
George,
happy.
drive through.
Drive through penalty as well.
Oh, he's going to be livid with that one. He's going to be livid.
Another full safety car.
I'm very surprised. I thought the safety cars were limited on reduced.
Is that
another? Is that second? George, what are you doing? But this now gives all of the other guys an opportunity to get a free pit stop. Dom is expected to leave as he's out, but I'll invite Fig back in.
Yep.
Crucial for the top 4 now to go and pit. However, Kuski's still out on the softs though. Do both Mercedes pit and double stack here?
They can't. Thomas has to stay out, but Maz has the opportunity for the fresh softs, I believe.
I would say so.
Should he take it? Thomas has to stay out because whatever Thomas does, Intrinsic will do the opposite.
Yeah, I think effectively it's going to be... Yeah, I think Maz has got to take the opportunity and pit now. Get on the soft tyres. Thomas, like I say, stays out. Intrinsic stays out as well. Maz stays out. So does Flex. Juicy. And interesting. I didn't expect that one, but George into the pits and Mad Mark. Fresh set of softs and a fresh wing for George.
So for Fizz there, he has gotten away with the choice not to pit on the earlier safety car when we were discussing whether or not he'd lost his advantage.
Yeah.
He has got away with that. And if he can keep some life in those soft tyres, Flexi may be eatable. And he might just pick up P4. I don't think he'll have enough left in the tyres to get to the podium unless something crazy happens. But up until now, the race has been pretty straightforward, and as I called it, people went lunging like you said.
Yeah, as expected, mate. As expected.
Straight into turn 1, and we pick up another DNF and some more carbon fibre for the collection.
has there been any comments. Honestly, what a joke. Leading the whole race on my pit and no one else does. And get taken out on restart. Interesting. We'll have to see the incident reports if one comes.
George, is he going to catch up quick enough here?
He should do, yeah. Safety car should be in now. He's now met the back of the pack.
He's still ghosted
Who's that, sorry?
for some reason. George.
Did he leave?
I didn't see him leave, but he's definitely ghosted on my screen.
I'm sure I invited him back in. I didn't see him leave though.
I didn't see him leave. But he's definitely a ghost.
It's definitely a connection on his part though.
He's weaving, so he's definitely here.
I don't think so. I've invited him back. If he has disconnected.
The AI weave for you.
I think he does.
His throttle input isn't full.
Raven, I didn't see the incident. I only caught it from this angle, but I think it was between Dom and George. George went for the inside move on Dom.
Oh, I saw it.
I don't know who was in the right and who was in the wrong. I don't know if it was overly ambitious or not.
I think that George hasn't been able to quite get the rotation in by going too deep and has clipped Dom's tyre, and as Dom has gone spinning, he's collected George and they've gone together into the opposite wall.
Like I say, I don't know if Dom gave enough space or...
Oh yeah, to be fair,
yeah.
from what Dom was ahead going into the corner, and George has gone for the overtake on who was in 5th at the time. Would have been Dom, wouldn't it? Who was in 6th?
Yeah.
It was the Haas, I think, that was in 6th with Ben Lane. He's got the move done there and has tried to stay left of Dom, but there was just no space for him to avoid, and unfortunately for Dom, he's just been collected by the Alpine and they've gone to the wall together. And unfortunately Dom DNFs in that situation and George gets away with no win. But he does have that drive-through penalty, maybe two of them.
But
still to serve, which all but ensures he is going to finish in 10th.
But this is the thing, I don't know if he's joining back or not. Like, if he doesn't join back, he doesn't get the points. He'd be better off joining back and getting at least A points out of this race. Maybe 2 if he can get the fastest lap as well.
I'm not too sure he will, having been in the lead from the start, minus the team orders, to back of the grid with a drive-through. I think that might just be the final nail in the coffin for him now. But as we get ready to go racing, is Thomas going to leave it late again?
He's going now, he's on the power. And he's caught out in transit a little bit there. And Maz is up the inside of him, going side by side, going into turn 1. And Maz has been squeezed there and into turn 1. Maz is round and a few cars have made contact. Oh, drama.
It is all going off here.
How unfortunate. Heavy squeeze from Intronsic.
Third from all of this. Then we have Big out of nowhere into P4. Mad Mark has made to 5th. Then Ben Lane, who is unchanged. Fizz has dropped down to 7th. Flexi down to 8th. And then Maz to the back of the grid there on those old tyres. I don't think he will be able to make much of an impact in terms of a comeback here.
There's so many cars involved in a wheel banging and whatnot in turn 1.
We are so tight between 5th, 6th and 7th.
Must be
there is virtually no time between them.
Look down the grid. Is there any I'd imagine there may be, but let's just see if there's any wing damage on Maz's car. There doesn't look to be any wing damage, anything physical. But it could be
And the
minor.
other crucial.
Flexy's has lost an end plate though on his left side. That could be crucial.
What else we have to take into account here is that there will be a lap of DRS left.
Flexy out.
Straight into the wall.
That end plate has cost him the
Into the
reduction of
S's.
being able to turn, and has probably carried so much understeer into the barrier. And as George's AI goes to serve the first drive-through penalty, that brings Maz back up into P8. But Kuski right on the back now of Thomas. Can these soft tyres make it to the end? Both tyres will be screaming out. But I think Kuski will have the better of it at the moment. And Thomas defending as hard as he can. Loses the rear end a little bit. Sees a bit of instability, and Kuski pouncing on it. Bit of a wheel bang there going into the next corner. Does he show a bit of space? Thomas hanging it around the outside still and keeps the position. Great racing from the two of them. I thought that was fairly aggressive attacking from Kuski, but all clean and fair. Both shown enough space. And Thomas coming out on top of it still when it looked like it was all done and dusted, and Kuski making the move. But the pressure is on for the Mercedes. Kuski breathing down his neck.
Mark has been defending this entire lap. The Haas is shoving its nose any chance it gets. And Fizz is just sitting on the edge of this three-way fight for fifth. And Fizz looks
And
to
here
make
we
a
go.
move on Haas.
Kuski sticking his nose down the inside, going into turn one. Makes the move, and it sticks. Kuski promoted up into P1, followed by Thomas, and then on Intronsic.
Fizz gets the move done there on Ben Lane and makes sixth his own. And he's pulling out on Mad Mark, who pushes in close, wheel banging in.
Ooh,
And that is
Mad Mark out.
Not enough space shown there from Fizz.
Was that down the
And
inside?
Fizz went down the inside, yes.
Ooh.
And that was wheel banging with Mark into the barrier. As a result, he will not be happy with that, I can assure you. Not enough space shown there from the Red Bull driver.
From what seemed to be a clean race, has now turned very salty and dramatic in the closing stages. These late safety cars have brought nothing but drama. It's brought some life to the race.
It's chaos, is what it is.
But Thomas dropping so far back now. Kuski
Nerves
pulling
are being
away
tested.
and is now under pressure from Intronsic. Now Thomas coming down the main straight. He'll have all the guys behind him having DRS. And will be a sitting duck right now.
The only advantage he's got is the tyres is the same as Intronsic, but Fig will be looking to catch these two out. And that's it, the move is done. Intronsic
Gets the
Thomas
move
out
done.
there.
But Fig as well in there
Thomas gonna have
showing.
another look. Or is he going to be too busy defending from Fig? What's this DRS straight going to see? Can he get him back with Intronsic not
I
having
think
DRS?
if he's smart about it, he'll wait till the last straight, get the move back.
Maybe with that in mind is what has happened there. He just slots back in. All this fighting just about ensures that Kuski will take
His
the
first win of the season
provisional-
as well.
Provisional first win of the season. Of the season, yeah.
Oh, Fizzbungle goes deep, gets some wing damage, and Ben Lane pouncing on it now. Fizz goes defensive and he clips the ball again in the castle section. Cracking under the pressure. Goes very deep on the exit. And Ben Lane can smell another placement here. Fizz is showing all uncertainty here on every exit of each corner.
Some wing damage surely from what you are describing. That cannot be helping his case.
And Thomas now sitting right behind Intronsic. The
Has he
slipstream
got
coming
enough?
into effect. The ERS is on. Fizzbungle is out. The understeer into the barriers. And ERS and
enough for
DRS.
Thomas?
Is this going to be a photo finish? Gets across the
Thomas
line.
gets it done.
P2 for Thomas.
That
Intronsic.
was
400th of a second splitting the two drivers.
That's
So close. Fig reserving from Division 2 getting a P4.
That is a mega drive from Fig there. He spent a lot of that race at the back of the grid until the late safety cars.
But a P6 recovery for Maz.
Ben Lane picking up driver of the day, and to be fair,
I'd say
well
rightly
deserved.
so. From the back of the grid.
The amount of positions gained on the track today from Ben Lane, kept his nose clean, picked up the positions where he could. Solid drive.
GG's Sikorsky getting his first win of the season.
That will be filling him with a lot of confidence, I would imagine.
He's had a lot of tough races the last couple. And this now will be giving him confidence to start his second half of the season
He
on a
also
better note.
picks up the fastest lap there as well. That is an extra point to the Alpine.
Yeah, definitely.
Very much needed after the drama with George, who drops down to 8th in the end. The last of the runners. And Maz getting some damage limitation in with the late DNFs after that last safety car restart. So your provisional order is Kusky in first, then followed by Thomas and Intronsic for the podium. Fig in P4, Ben Lane in P5,
Look at that.
and Maz in P6.
It was no incidents between lap 1 and lap 12, and then from that point on it was just like incidents and stuff after lap 18, like constant. Like,
Look, there we go,
Jesus.
lads. We need
And
the
there we go.
commentators. The commentary was getting dry, so we had to do something about it.
And there we go, guys. That brings the conclusion to this race and this stream. There'll be a few incident reports, I would imagine, going into this the following days. So the finishing order or a few penalties could be carried over to next week. So watch this space. Until next time, guys, have a good weekend, and we'll catch you on Sunday for Division 3. Have a good night.
Ciao.